I'm your host, Josh. This episode is brought to you by Great Lakes Disc. Whether you're looking for cool new gear or your new favorite disc, Great Lakes Disc has what you need. Click the link in the link tree and you will see the Great Lakes Disc link. Click that and start your shopping today. While you're on the link tree, you'll also see a link for Idio Sports. If you want to take your game to the next level, make sure you get Idio shoes on your feet. The only disc golf shoes made by disc golfers for disc golfers. Also, use my discount code disc.seeker to save money on your next order. Without further ado, I'll let my guest fully introduce himself, where he's from, and how he even got into disc golf.
Hi, I'm Matt Sime from Alden, Minnesota, southern Minnesota, right on the border of Iowa, right by Albert Lee, Minnesota. Um, if if you saw Beyond Disc Golf or have attended any of my events, I'm also from Pepin, Wisconsin. I spent a lot of time in that area. Couple nowadays is a couple months a year. I did live there for 12 years, but Pepin, Wisconsin, Pathway of the Gods, Bald Eagle and Golden Eagle disc golf course, and YMCA Camp Pepin is kind of where I'm from, or most well known in disc golf currently, or long term have been from southern Minnesota or Minnesota. I've always lived in Minnesota as far as the government is concerned or whatever. uh, what else was I saying?
How did you even get into disc golf? Like, where did
How
you
did
learn
I get
about it?
into disc golf? There was disc golf in college. I went to Vermilion Community College up in Ely, Minnesota, and I was I was part of the Parks and Rec department, and we were in charge of the discs. There was a disc golf club, but I wasn't involved in that. But we we did occasionally play the course, so that's when I first played. I first learned about it in uh, YMCA Camp Minogan, 1999. John Drummond, Discraft Pro. Uh, he was a camp counselor, a trail guide there, and we made fun of him, or like Mr. Frisbee Man. You're a professional frisbee thrower. What? That doesn't even make sense to my brain. You can't you can't be a professional frisbee thrower. So that was how I first heard about disc golf, was 1999 at YMCA Camp Minogan from John Drummond, Discraft sponsored pro. uh, and then I didn't play until 2003 in college, but I wasn't hooked then by any means. Uh, I got into rock climbing, ropes courses, and I didn't get hooked on disc golf until it was like 2007. I was rock climbing in Jasper, Arkansas, um, Horseshoe Canyon Ranch. There's I think, I think there is currently a disc golf course there. It kind of goes off and on depending on who's in charge and whatnot, but I think there is currently a nice course there. They just had an event there last spring, I think, but or last fall, yeah, because I was in the area last fall. I didn't play it, but I think they do have a course. But that's where I first got hooked They gave me discs. I was there on rock climbing experience, and we played. We're like, that was pretty fun. Let's play again. And we played 2 or 3 times, at least. Yeah, at least 3 times that trip. We played more on another rock climbing trip in Las Vegas, which is not a great place for disc golf. I mean, there is disc golf, but it's not great disc golf.
Yeah.
And we played in as many courses as we could in Las Vegas, and then I was pretty hooked after that. I I traveled. I was I was more focused on traveling around the country, checking things out, national parks, backpacking, hiking, things like that. But I got pretty hooked on disc golf fairly quickly around that time period, 2007, 2008. And then I played as many as I could, all of it, all of the courses. I was traveling and I would play 3, 4, 5 courses a day,
Oh wow.
uh, maybe maybe more. Sometimes up to 10. I think the most I ever played was like 15 courses in a day, but
Wow.
which is nothing compared to course collectors nowadays. But
Yeah.
they're averaging 15 courses a day. Some of them, you know,
Yeah.
hardcore course collectors. But back then, I was the hardcore course collector.
Yeah. So when you go out and play these days, are you playing more on the casual side or more the competitive side?
Yeah, very casual. I'll play some competitive, uh, a little bit. I play MA40, uh, maybe MA1 or MPO, depending on the event. But MA40 is my comfortable spot.
Yeah. So what are your top 5 courses that you love to play out of every course you've ever played?
Yeah, that's all right. Top five. I have to say, Pathway of the Gods is my course I designed. That's the uh, Beyond Disc Golf episode. Beyond Disc Golf episode 3. Um, and a big part of that is like bringing people out there and showing them around and let them or seeing their reaction to what I've created, right? So I have to start there. Uh, One that has consistently been at the top of my list is the Bear at Highbridge. Any one of those courses, look, any one of the 5 courses at Highbridge Hills, Highbridge in northern Wisconsin, there's 5 courses. Well, 7 courses if you really want to get into it, but 5 real courses. And any of those 5 could be in my top 5, my top 10. Uh, the Bear, phenomenal. That's that's the one that I'll put up there. But Gold or Granite, any one of those. But so I'll throw in Bear.
Okay.
Bear is my top course there. Uh, so we have Pathway of the Gods, the Bear. They're both in Wisconsin. uh, One that has consistently been towards the top of my list is Birds of Paradise in Humboldt County, California. I did go play a tournament out there last spring, and it's phenomenal. I love that place. Mm, I'll say Lake Marshall in Virginia. Again, that was what, a 2 or 3 course complex, but that one did blow me away. Then I have to come up with a fifth one. I keep thinking, in my mind, there's ones that are they don't exist anymore. Branson Trails, just north of Branson, Missouri. That was so good. It's gone. Ozark Mountain in in Missouri. It was a Dave McCormick design place. There was 3 courses there, but they don't exist anymore.
Now, how come those courses don't exist anymore? Were they just taken out because uh, people didn't want them anymore, or
Well, yeah, it's private landowners, and
mm,
it doesn't fit in with their where they're heading in life, I guess.
yeah,
Uh, uh, disc disc golf isn't going to be the, the ultimate money maker, you know.
yeah, as we can tell, because the Pro Tour is not doing as well as it should. So,
That's why I'm not on tour anymore. I mean, I tried. I was on tour the last 2 years,
were you
and
were you a retailer, or were you competing as well?
as a vendor,
Okay.
uh, I'm currently on the vendor committee for the
Ooh,
PDGA
that's pretty
because
cool.
of because of my vending experience on the Pro Tour. But it was it was an experience. I'm glad I did it. 2 years 2 years full time touring as a vendor. I definitely didn't come out ahead. I didn't make any money, but I had I had an experience.
Yeah, I mean, you probably got to interact with a lot of the pros, which is probably pretty cool. Probably learned a
Yep,
lot from them too.
yep, yeah. Interact and play with a lot of pros, and I did, connect with a lot of pros as far as collaborating, moving forward. Uh, so Luke, like Luke Humphreys and Cat Merch and uh, variety variety of pro players that I've connected with. Paul Ulibarri I've connected with.
That's pretty cool. So, what was the biggest thing that you've learned from a pro? Like, what as far as like disc golf goes?
Learn from a pro.
Yeah, like what? Like, if was there any type of a big tip that unlocked something huge in your game?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I play my game. I haven't I haven't sought out much advice from players per se.
Yeah.
I did watch like Paul Ulibarri. I did watch his full clinic, and like Holland Hanley and Ella Hansen. I watched their full clinic multiple times. I don't know if I have any good advice that they've given me.
Yeah.
I keep doing my own thing.
Yeah. And you were kind of on the tour for your business, so
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. Yeah, that's that. I guess that is a good point. Like I'm on the tour for a business. I'm not. I don't. I don't play much really. Like
yeah.
I play casually, and most of the time I try to play by myself or with my dogs to give them exercise and whatnot.
Yeah.
I used to think I was going to be good, good disc golfer. I don't know. Maybe I imagined myself on tour or something. You know, when I was young and playing. I did the amateur tour. That was like 15 years ago.
Oh wow.
I was
How did that
I
go?
was I don't know. I got like 63rd at AmNats and
That's not too bad.
yeah, I played. Uh, yeah, I played a bunch of amateur events down like in New Orleans and in Arizona, Colorado. Uh,
Yeah.
no,
So what?
but
So go ahead.
I, I got nothing.
Okay. So what inspired you to start your business where you make those minis? Like what where did it all start from?
Yeah, I guess as I was um, dedicated to disc golf or excited about disc golf, um, one of my coworkers at I mentioned YMCA camp. YMCA camp Itahapi is where I was working at the time. I was a ropes course, uh, so we do high ropes and low ropes team building, mostly like middle school kids, but also high school or even corporate. We had quite a few corporate gigs or college kids come out there. We teach them to work together, teamwork, things like that. But one of my coworkers made most of his living as a wood turner. I didn't really know what that was at the time, but uh, people that got to know him would go to his shop and learn how to make bowl. Uh, a bowl. I don't have many bowls around here. There's one. Where, where's the bowl? A wooden bowl, you know. Uh, and they would go out there. One time they would turn the bowl, and it would have to take a year to dry, and then they would come back and return the bowl. But I wasn't too interested in bowl turning. I wanted I wanted to make a mini. So I was like, hey, can I come out and to your shop and you can teach me how to make a mini? That was half a mini. I don't know where it is. If I knew where it was, I would go grab it and be like, check this out. Uh,
Yeah.
4, 4, 10, 11. So April 10th, 2011 was when I made my first mini. I also made one, or I made two that day, and Clay taught me how to make one. So I got three minis that day. I have I have one. I gave one to the owner of Pathway of the Gods, which is a course I mentioned earlier,
Hmm.
and he still has it.
Oh wow.
And the other one, Clay has. um, man, where was I going?
So what makes your minis so unique compared to everybody else's?
Yeah, back then they were just wooden minis. Uh, and we did make quite a few wooden minis, like, I don't know, probably like 50 of them or something. And I sold them at different fly marts. Um, Bowling Green Amateur Championships was a big one I was at. I sold there. Um, and those weren't anything too special necessarily. Uh, I I made those wooden minis for years. It wasn't until I added the resin. Uh, that was probably almost 10 years ago now. I don't remember the exact date or whatever, but a buddy of mine asked me about uh, a product that he saw. It was a disc shaped item. It was, I don't know, just like a trophy kind of thing. And there was a video on how the guy made it. And a buddy of mine asked me if I could make a mini like that. Well, yeah, sure. It took me a while before I finally got around to making it. Probably 6 months. Then I made it. Uh, a mini. And it kind of blew up right then. Like, my buddy Anthony was like, "Yeah, I'll take one," and one of my friends from Louisiana was like, "Yeah, I want one too. If it glows in the dark." And that was the first two I sold, and I made more and more. And I got on dollar disc golf auctions, and things started to blow up. Then that was probably like 2018, that things started to get pretty popular, and then I was selling, like, some of my coolest minis were selling for like $200.
Oh wow.
uh, and then COVID hit. I lost my job, which was the YMCA camp, uh, and they no longer had a position for me. So I reached out on the internet, and that's when things were blowing up for me as far as disc golf minis were concerned. And the first I posted on the internet, I was like, "Hey, I just lost my job. Who needs disc golf minis?" And the first person to reach out to me was Kale LaVisca
Ooh.
at the Preserve. He said, "I'm building this disc golf course, and I want to have something cool to give to the course T-sign sponsors and the course members. So that ended up being like, I don't know, 300 minis
Wow.
that Kale ordered at that time. So I was giving out minis to a lot of prominent disc golfers and non-disc golfers too. There was like he is uh, nephew to Paul Molitor, the uh, Twins, Minnesota Twins player or
Yeah.
something. And so I sent out minis to him and other people. Um, which pretty much skyrocketed my company at that time.
Yeah.
Uh, and then it was uh, Richie Ortiz got wind of it. He came out and did a how the minis are made
Ooh.
uh, vlog. That's the Disc Golf Bro Tour. Disc Golf Bro Tour.
Yeah.
Richie Ortiz.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's good. And that was with Joey Tamale. You know that name? Joey? He
Not really.
he
Not too familiar.
he was there with the Disc Golf Bro Tour. And that's when Joey got wind of it. And Joey grew up with Adventures in Golf uh, as a TV show. I don't know much about it really, but he grew up with it and was very enamored with it. Adventures in Golf. He wanted to make a show similar related to disc golf, which he called Beyond Disc Golf,
Yeah.
which Simon Lizotte ended up being in a position where he wasn't thinking he was playing good enough to be on tour necessarily. So he needed another source of income at that point, or another thing to do, I guess. And he stepped up to be the host of Beyond Disc Golf. And Joey Tamale was the producer of Beyond Disc Golf. So one of the first things that they wanted to do, which ended up being the last thing that they ended up doing, was Pathway of the Gods Beyond Disc Golf episode 3, which blew up my business. That
Yeah.
was
That's
crazy.
really cool. So, how long does it take you to make a mini? Like, you get the idea for it, and then how long does it take to actually get the mini in your hand and ready?
Yeah, each one is. I have to take the material, cut it, prep it, and dry it. Uh, so that's hands-on handful of minutes. Cut it and prep it and dry it. Usually I dry it in the oven or something. And then I cast it in the resin and turn it on the lathe, and sand it, clear coat it, trim up the bottom. I usually say each one has about an hour into it, but yeah, that varies a lot. Like some of them might only be 45 minutes. Some of them might be like 2 hours. You know, uh, if we're if we're just talking about minis.
Yeah. So what do you think are like your top, like your favorite mini that you've ever made? Like which one is your most favorite one you've ever done?
There was a point uh, when I was learning and figuring things out. I did. I think. I think Jordan Geed ended up with it. He's down in like Rockford, Idaho. Not Idaho. Rockford, Illinois. Uh, and it was a cluster of six, 5 or 6 pine cones, red pine cones, and then I put a wolf face in the middle of it. But that was one of the first times that I did a transfer of the uh, when I was just putting on the printing. So I took the pine cone cluster, and then one of the first transfers that I did was that wolf face in the middle of it. And when I looked at that, I was like, this is it. This is about as good as it gets. I don't know if I can do any better than that. So when you ask that question, one of the first things that comes to mind is that wolf face that I put in the middle of a pine cone cluster.
That's
Um,
so cool.
Otherwise, like the wasp nest or hornet nest, I made mention earlier of one that I sold for almost $200. That one I feel is one of the best that I've ever done.
That's so cool.
Uh, the coolest mini that I can say I made is the one that won the world championship 5 years ago.
Ooh.
5 years and what is it? 2 days ago now or something. When James Conrad marked the holy shot.
That was with your
That
mini?
that mini that he placed down might be one of my coolest claims to fame.
No way. I had no idea that he was using a mini of yours. That is so cool. What did it look like?
It was half uh, burl and half purple. Um, I might say box elder burl. I think I gathered a bunch of materials out there, so that's when I told you that Kale Levisca was one of the first to really get me going. And I made a batch of minis for Kale. It said the preserve on it, and for some reason he called me that day too. I was on the phone with him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, James Conrad is out here right now." I was like, "Did you show him my minis?" He's like, "Yeah, I gave him one."
Ooh.
Cool, that's cool. And he ended up using that mini that season. So he gave it to him in April, something like that, and he used it for the next couple months leading up until Worlds, which was June of that year
Yeah.
in Ogden, Utah at the fort. I didn't even know. Like, I was watching it live in my house back in Pepin, but I didn't know he was using my mini when I was watching it. So when he made the shot, I was talking to my girlfriend. She had no idea what was going on. I was like, babe, if he makes a shot, he's gonna. This is his only chance. And oh my God, he made it! I had no idea. Not for a day or two that I was, poking around and people were messaging me and like, hey, check this out. And I have a picture of James holding the mini and
Oh my gosh. I bet you people are hitting you up, being like, "Dude, I want a mini just like that."
yeah. I don't think I don't think from that event did I get much business or anything like that, but you know.
Yeah, that's still like that's just so cool just to know that like that shot happened and your mini was part of that history.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah, I have
cool.
a picture of it. I have a picture of it there at the ground zero as it's set.
That's awesome. Yeah, because the I got to see your minis in person because you came to Clash at the Creek last year, and I checked
Yep.
out a bunch of your stuff at your booth, and I was like, dude, these are just amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it blows my mind on how you're able to do that.
Yeah, everything includes a natural material of some sort, something I picked up off of a disc golf course. Uh, I mean that's not always true. There are some materials that I've gathered from other places, not disc golf courses. Occasionally, I've purchased wood from burl stores, like up in Northern California or Southern Washington. I bought wood because it looked really cool.
Yeah.
I've I've bought woods from some Facebook uh, vendors. Yeah, they're like, oh, that looks really cool. I want that. I've bought the Shawshank tree, pieces of wood from the tree at the end of the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh wow.
So I've made minis out of that, but I'd say like 99% of what I make is stuff that I've found on disc golf courses.
Yeah. Because at the Clash of the Creek, you had a mini that you had something from Maple Hill in it. I
Yeah,
remember that one. That one was so cool.
yeah, yeah. When I was on tour, I tried to grab a lot of the materials from the tour courses so people recognize them from what they've seen on TV.
Yeah.
Maple Hill have a lot from Pickard, uh, the Des Moines Challenge. Um, it was it was hard when I was on tour. I want to grab as much as I can, but I'm on tour for 3 months and I visit so many courses and I don't have room in my car.
Yeah. So, as we're wrapping this up, you got any questions for me?
I don't know.
Okay. My final question for you is: what are your goals for this year, and where can people find you online to buy your minis?
Uh, treasuresoftheforest.com, hyphens in between each word. Treasures hyphen of hyphen the hyphen forest.com is my website. Um, I will not be touring nearly as much this year. I will be at Am Worlds in Rochester, New York. Uh, I will have quite a variety of minis from those courses, all 4 courses that are being used in Am Worlds. I collected a lot of material. That's a lot of what I'm working on right now. Uh, is the M World stuff. Um, After that, or I guess prior to that, I will be at Hybrid Chills Jamboree. That's this. This shirt is from Hybrid Jamboree. That was my second favorite course, I think, when you asked me about favorite courses or whatever. The
Yeah.
Bear up at Hybrid. Um, so that's where I'll be in 2.5 weeks. And then I only have like 2 weeks after that to get ready for Am Worlds. Besides that, I don't know. Maybe I'll be traveling to the East Coast. Kind of been having it up in the air for uh, MVP Open and USDGC. Maybe a little bit in between there. I might make a appearance at Worlds. Maybe not. We'll see. Yeah.
Cool. Hey, thank you for coming on tonight.
Absolutely.
I'll see you
Thanks
at
for
Am
having
Worlds.
me.
Yeah, definitely. I'll see you up at Am Worlds.
I'll be there.
All right, I'll be popping in and out. I'll see you
Cool.
then, buddy.
Cool. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.